Today, let's talk about my 1-year review of owning my Ford 2022 Power Boost F150 Lariat. We got a pretty good view of it. Picked the color gray. I added the camper shell to the back of it. Talk about the overall functionality of the truck. This is my first Ford I've ever owned. I'm a Chevy guy, so had somebody talk me into it for work purposes, but overall it's not a bad truck. Take a look at the engine here. Now this is the hybrid version of the truck, electric and gas, so I get a lot of compliments on how quiet the truck is. But you see nice power boost. Like I said, one year into this truck, and I'll tell you all the pros and cons, what I think about it. But you know, I think sitting right now, gas mileage, you know, varies between 19 and 22 miles to the gallon for a pickup truck, so not too bad. It's got a lot of towing power, which I like. We'll show you the main functionality of why I bought this truck. So you know, I use this as a work truck. One of the things I like most about it is I do have the onboard 7 kW generator built in. So actually has a 220 volt plug there, 30 amp, but it's pretty cool. You can run some pretty big stuff off of it. Couple 120 amp, well, 20 receptacles. I did add the bed liner, as you can tell, from Inyati. Pretty good company as far as their bed liner goes. Super durable. I really like it a lot. Like I said, I added the camper shell because I do work from the truck. I do have the 6-foot bed. I recommend anybody, you know, that gets a pickup truck, you got to get the 6-foot bed. You can't be rolling around in these little 4-foot beds. You can't put nothing back there. You know, got to have the 6-foot bed. So I really do like it. I use this truck for hunting, which is fantastic as well. I'll take all this stuff out. I'll put a big, nice air mattress in the back here. I can use these outlets here, turn the truck on in the middle of the night with a little heater, crank that heat, get this nice and toasty in here, you know, when you're hunting up in the mountains. You know, so the functionality of that is pretty awesome. Like I said, bed liner holds up pretty good. Like you said, as you can tell, I work out of this truck. I do a lot of traveling around it, but you know, Inyati, I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll zoom in on that guy. Fantastic. So here in the great state of Arizona, I'd recommend not having them do that. A lot of people ask, well, what is this right here? Well, that's a boot. That keeps the weather out, so when it's raining and stuff like that, I can open and close this to get access to the back if I have to. This boot here, you know, that's third party. You got to buy that. I bought that on Amazon, I think, for 20 bucks. Stick it in there, blow it up with air compressor. Keeps all the weather and stuff from getting in here, all your stuff getting wet. So, not that it rains a whole lot, but we've had a ton of rain here lately. But there she is. There's the bed. Like I said, we've had a ton of rain here lately, so the functionality of the boot works really, really well. They did a pretty good job matching the color. So the camper shell, I think this run me about 2,200 bucks. Not too bad. And now go to the inside here. One of the packages I did add to this truck is I got the underseat storage. That's a must-have. storage is huge in this truck. So you keep extension cords, some work stuff. Like I said, a fan, you can plug a fan in. Outlets all over the place on this guy. Right here, we have a 120 volt receptacle in the back, which is pretty nice. And right here is just your regular USB port charging, and then take this old cigarette. Do it right here. Rear heated seats. So, like I said, if you're up north and it's cold, you can heat the rear seats up. Pretty nice function. But I think a must-have is this storage back here. So, and then got the B&O sound system around it. But overall, like I said, now we'll get to the inside here of the function of the truck, which Ford can work on. So let's go inside, we'll take a peek, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So here's the front module, driver's seat, right? Try to show you, all the buttons and everything going on here. I'll start the truck up.
Right there, listening to all three.
So one of the other features I added here was I got a nice workstation. So this has the built-in Wi-Fi. I can set my laptop up and everything right here, do some work. Nice function. I do like that. It's pretty awesome. So it gives you lots of working space. Got big giant storage right here. Oh, here's my wife. Wave to the camera. We're doing a YouTube video. So here's the overall display with everything on. Now, I want to say that I've had this truck for a year, and it's had to go to the shop 3 times already because had a recall on the wiper motor, which didn't work, which also gave it a headlight function error. This thing has more bells and whistles than anything, but the crazy thing is right now the truck is running and you can't even hear it. It is in electric mode right now, so you can see right there where it says electric driving. If I can zoom in on that right there, and you can see. So it is fully electric right now, which is pretty awesome. So, and you can see actually my average gas mileage, 19.6 miles. One of the problems I've had with this truck is if you notice the display here, it's dark. You can't see anything. It's obviously it's sunny out. It's stuck in night mode. It's actually backwards. So at night, it goes to the bright mode, and during the day, it's stuck in night mode. For me to do that, I have to go down here. Let me turn my headlights off, and the display will brighten up a little, but you can still see it's still in dark mode. Very frustrating. One of the problems that I've had ongoing, I've took it to the shop. Like I said, it's been in the shop 3 times. They can't figure it out. Hopefully they have an update for it pretty soon. The display is beautiful though. I do like the display. You can set your hotkeys down here for whatever you want. Like I said, here's your generator. You can turn your generator on and off from right here. That's pretty slick. Your Android Auto hooks up. You can see, your phone, your Amazon Music. So that's a pretty cool feature. I do like that. You have your modes here that you can switch around and check out. So I do like that feature. You can check all your apps. Android Auto, again, apps. Find more apps. Go to your settings, your features. I mean, this thing has a lot of features: zone lighting, onboard power, driver's assistance, power flow. Shows you where your truck is actually running right now. So, but one of the frustrating deals going on with this, you can see where my leg's at. Here is your adjustment for four-wheel drive and your driver mode button for locking differential. Terrible place to put this. You don't know how many times my knees has touched this and it has changed this, and your wheels, you know, when you go to make a turn, when you're in, you know, lock differential, everything's dragging and grinding, making all kinds of weird noises. Like, one thing I can say is they did a really bad job of putting everything that you use the most is down here. You know, your heated seats, your climate control to change. You see how little it is to change, you know, down here to change your, you know, up top to down to your feet, to your, you know, to your head, and very, very frustrating. You know, all these little buttons and everything are all down here, and they're all tired. So when you're driving down the road, you have to look right down here, like totally taking your eyes off the road. Then you have this gigantic trailer button right here. How many times do people tow stuff? I mean, I tow with this truck, but I don't tow that often. You could have switched the location of these, or as a matter of fact, I would move this display down and put all this above it. Now, all the stuff that you never need, your outlets, your rear camera, front and rear camera, your hazards, parking hazards, you know, your off-road, wheel slip, all that. Like, all this stuff up here is, you never touch any of these buttons. So the ones that you touch the least are at the top, and the ones you use the most are down here at the bottom. They should have moved all this up top. That's what I would have done. Here you have a 120 volt breaker with your another outlet up top here. Now, this thing here says it's 20 amps. It's not. I've plugged in a little space heater that pulls like 6 amps, 7 amps, and it trips this every time. So maybe that's a forward thing that they need to get fixed, but it always trips this main breaker. I have no problem with the back outlets, but this outlet right here, I highly doubt it's 20 amp rated. I don't know. Every time I plug something into it other than a laptop, it trips. So, I mean, you could plug your phone in. Down here, you have your wireless charging stuff, and you know, you connect your Android Auto. This wireless charger down here, this thing doesn't, I mean, to get it to work right, it says, you know, charging 59%. I think that's what it said here, charging 59%. It just sits there, and my phone gets stupid hot, and it might move maybe 3% in an hour. So I don't know if anybody's had luck with one of these. Just set it on their chargers. I don't know. I use a Samsung Galaxy 23, and it, like I said, it just said, you know, an hour and 48 minutes to charge. It doesn't charge. So this you could probably get away with. I like the concept of it though, if it worked right, but it doesn't work right. Here you have more storage. You know, it's got storage everywhere, which is pretty cool. Heated seats, cooled seats. I do like that functionality of it. But like I said, all this going on down here, I would rearrange this and make it a little bit more, I don't know, user-friendly, I guess. It's not very user-friendly at all. Like I said, the stuff you use the most is all down here. I would rearrange this whole configuration. And this is the worst of it all right here. Is, like I said, if I move my seat up anymore as I'm driving, my knee touches it. But then down on this side, you know, you have your gas, some headlight stuff, is turn your headlights on and off. Your pedal adjustment there. So you have your zone lighting. You could turn lights on down below on each one. Set your, you know, your seats, how you want your seat set up for his and her driving, or anybody, you know, if you're sharing a truck. But overall, super spacious. More storage up here. You program your garage door opener up top. You know, I do like that. That's a nice little feature here. I think most cars have that nowadays, though. Here's all your interior lighting. And like I said, pretty spacious truck. But overall review, it's a good truck. I mean, if you're using it for work purposes, or you know, I think it's a fantastic hunting truck. You could set up a whole camp around this truck, which is pretty neat. I mean, I've plugged in electric fryers in the back and everything like that, and it haven't had a problem with any of it. Like I said, you can set up a whole camp around this truck. So I do think that is a pretty cool feature of it. I'm a big time hunter, but other than that, the Ford 2022 Power Boost with the 7 kW generator in it, F150 Lariat. Like I said, if anybody else has this truck, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, first Ford I've owned. I'm a Chevy guy. All my cars have been Chevy. I got a Cadillac. I have a 2004 Chevy. Well, let's go look at it. I'll show you guys my other truck here. But I'm a Tahoe owner. Like I said, mostly Chevy truck owner, but I do rock every now and then my 2004 Chevy diesel. I've had that truck a long time, 200,000 miles on it. This is my Geo Tracker. We'll have another conversation about that. My 93 Geo Tracker YouTube video to come next on that guy. But this is my baby. Here's my dogs. This is my baby here. I love this truck. 2004 Chevy Silverado. How they did it old school. Even come with a DVD player when I bought it back in the day. Still rolling. She's beat up pretty good, but like I said, I use the crap out of this truck here. This truck's done me well. So, but anyhow, Ford 2022 Power Boost. Tell me about the functionality of it, how everybody thinks. From an overall out of 10, I'd give it a 7. It's a good truck. Time will tell on it though. It's got 25,000 miles on it in 1 year, so it tells you how much I use it. But anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments.